will take you out to dinner, for a gala dinner. This backdrop. Okay? So that will be Singapore Changi Airport. And the Singapore Changi Airport, today we have about 4 terminals. Terminal 1 to Terminal 4. We are actually building our next terminal, Terminal 5, will be completed in a few years. And then Terminal 5 will be the combined size of Terminal 1 to 4. That is going to be that big. Okay? And this Singapore Changi Airport, do you know that it is actually built on reclaimed land? In the past, this place is actually all sea. So we actually, for this airport, is built actually on reclaimed land. So if you were to look around, you can see that Singapore, we believe in having very nice greenery, and you can see very large greenery on the left and the right of the road. And this is part of our Singapore government vision of city in nature. And with city in nature, we are trying to basically incorporate all the greens into our city landscape and our entire city design. Why we want to have such a green and beautiful country is because we want to ensure that we contribute to the global, we do not contribute to the global warming, you know, and reducing our carbon footprint. How was your flight on the Singapore airline? Was it good on UK 115? Vistara. How was the flight on Vistara? It's actually a code share with Singapore Airlines. Yeah. How was your flight? It was good. How many days you all will be here? 3 days? 3 days. I hope you have an enjoyable day, 3 days in Singapore, and very fun-filled 3 days. I also know that you all will be going to Sentosa. Okay, Sentosa is one of the beautiful islands that we have in Singapore, and it's a place that you will be able to visit some of the very traditional sites. Okay, because back in the 1960s, we were only 510 kilometers square. Today, we are about 720 kilometers square. Do you know where we got the 200 kilometers square more from? We claim from the sea. Okay? And we reclaim from the sea so much that we are already near our sea border. And some people may tell you, hey, going to Malaysia, just walk across. Because it's so near, because we have to reclaim all our sea boundary. And like what I said before, the reclamation of land is primarily to allow us to build very large infrastructure like our airports. Okay? And you can see that beside all the coastal line is very beautiful landscaped. And because of the different races, the food becomes very fusion. So in Singapore, in the 2020s, we applied to UNESCO and we managed to get UNESCO to recognize our hawker culture. Okay, that means that it's actually local multicultural cuisine, and we actually dine together in a very urban setting, and we got UNESCO to recognize Singapore intangible assets, the hawker culture. And it's a very long stretch of coastline here. And if you were to notice that for the long stretch of coastline, we also focus on ensuring that there are a lot of trees and a lot of greeneries on our coastline. And if you were to look carefully at the trees, you can see that it's quite unique in the sense that it's not just a single tree. We actually planted a lot of ferns and all the apathetic plants on the tree. One of the things, so for the public housing in Singapore, let me share with you a little bit more. Back in the 1960s, when Singapore becomes independent, one of our key concerns is housing, because then a few millions of our population here were staying in slums and also very low-lying area with no proper housing. So the government actually established this agency called the Housing Development Board in the 1960s. You can actually tell the government what are the some of the things that you want in your flat, and that could be incorporated into the design. Okay, we are now reaching near the city, and when you come to the city, one of the things I like to share with my guests from overseas is the Singapore cityscape. Later on, as we go up the bridge, in front there is actually the skyline of our Singapore city, and that area that you see in front is actually our old financial district. Okay, and this stretch of we are now at the stretch of the Marine Coastal Express, and this Marine Coastal Express actually links up to the KPE Express, and the entire length of this expressway is about. And if you were to look to your left, okay, this is one of our major ports, the Tanjong Pagar Port, and you can see that this Tanjong Pagar Port here is not so crowded. That's because we are in the process of moving all this port up to our major port, new port in Tuas. And the new port in Tuas will be able to handle a lot more. And once we build the new port in Tuas, all the land here will be freed up. And what we're going to do with the land here is part of our Great Southern Waterfront City concept, where this whole place will turn into a downtown waterfront recreational and commercial and residential area. And the government has also set aside some portion of the
of our electricity here. Then what about the one that opens up this way? This one collects water, rainwater. Tropical island means a lot of raining days as well. So collect all the rainwater, even goes underground. And when it goes underground, it goes into the dome and serves as the coolant water. So this place, the gardens, is a place where we practice sustainability. Because why we especially have this super tree? We wanted to show if we keep destroying nature, eventually we have to make nature ourselves by using concrete. So sad, huh? Actually, your country is beautiful. You still have a lot of nature in your country. But Singapore, because we are so small, we have no choice. We have to keep cutting, clearing space because the population is growing. And we have to keep building residences for the population. But the trees, we don't chop and throw them. We actually dig them up. We put them somewhere first. When the building, the area is all done up, we bring back the trees. Because one tree needs at least 7 years to grow. Don't have this tree? Singapore, you find it very humid now? Imagine no trees. I think all of us melt like ice cream already. Okay, come this way.
Wow, wow, wow. एकच काढलं, फुट काढलंय, फुट काढलंय, फुट.
picture of?
Like this way.
Oh, close enough? Yeah.